The Collapse Survivor app provides hyper-realistic weekly simulations of collapse threats and the difficult decisions and resources you'll need to survive when a collapse disaster hits. This short briefing gives an overview of how we realistically estimate your probability of surviving a collapse in the simulation. The app tracks your starting supplies, materials gained during the simulation, consumption rates, and does a host of calculations to yield a realistic simulation of your likelihood of survival in the scenario. The app has a stockpile function to keep track of your prepper supplies. You may have an opportunity during the simulation to purchase additional materials. You will make decisions on whether or not you want to risk hunting or lower your food consumption rates. Ammunition expenditure is estimated and tracked, and if you run out and a marauder attacks, you'll die in the simulation if you're out of ammo. The app tracks how much food you have, and if you run out within 30 days, you will die. Depending on where you are, your weapon skill level and ammunition that you enter into the app, and the degree to which you are hunting or face attacks, you may be killed by a marauder. There is an element of chance simulated by the dreaded random number generator that also impacts your odds of death or survival. The first version of our app launched in March 2024. We plan to continue adding options for users to enter more data and information on their supplies and capabilities and add more calculations and realism to the app. If you've got a complaint, we'd appreciate it if you'd email us so we can fix the problem or add the improvement you recommend rather than giving the app a bad rating. Our commitment is continual improvements in the usability of the app and its realism and collapse survival education value, and we'd appreciate your help. So please send suggestions, problems you see to contact@collapsesurvivor.com. You're also welcome to submit ideas for both threats and scenarios and suggestions and ideas on preparedness methods and techniques, great equipment, etc. We want Collapse Survivor to be useful for the entire prepper community, so we welcome your suggestions and ideas. Luck does play a role, and uncertainty is inherent in a collapse situation. For example, in one scenario, you have what looks like a strictly moral dilemma, an emaciated lady with a small child that's outside begging for food. Both are crying. You're on guard duty nearest them and need to decide within 99 seconds as the app timer counts down what you will do. This is not just a moral decision of giving aid to someone. You might run out of food and die if you do. This begging lady may be a diversion. There may be a marauder group sneaking in from the other side while you're focused on her. The random number generator will have some players face a real starving lady. Others are actually facing a marauder attack. The begging lady and child are a diversion. At the end of the simulation, the casualty rates based on what happened in the simultaneous play simulation are summed up by location and cause of death. They will be presented in the live podcast with survival experts immediately after the live play and will be put in the after action report that is sent out the next day. Of course, this data is inherently uncertain and will vary a lot based on the skills and preparations of who is playing in the simulation, but this data will give you a good idea of the likely survival rates in different threats and scenarios. Guest threat and survival experts help write the scenarios and simulations to train you so you can improve your preparations and skills, increasing your odds of surviving. In addition to experts at Fortitude Ranch, other survival experts are involved, and many will be on the live podcast that occurs after every 6-day simultaneous play simulation is over to discuss what happened in that scenario and explain what decisions were best to make and what preparations are most valuable to survive. Preppers will love the stockpile feature of this app, letting you keep track of all your supplies, including expiration dates. Future versions of the app will allow you to link your stockpile information with special price sale buys you can make in the app. Every item of data in the app is completely confidential. As detailed in the frequently asked questions, we will never sell or disclose app user data.